tell y'all something. The calling gonna keep calling. It's gonna keep calling. I feel like, well, let me just go ahead and get it on. Happy Hunter's Moon, Blood Moon. Gratitude to all ancestors, known and unknown. Gratitude to the Great Spirit, to the Most High, the Divine Creator, the Great Ancient Mothers. You know, the Spirit is going to keep calling, and your soul is going to keep calling. You're not going to question why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? No. It's in your DNA. Spirit was telling me today, like, as I'm creating this, Spirit was saying to me, like, let them know. Let them know that wherever they are, I have them there for a reason. I have them there for divine protection. Everywhere you are, I have you there for, for a sacred reason. You are on the land that your ancestors are on. Some of us, we have to stand our ground. We have to stay grounded. We have to be called to the rivers and waters, that which our ancestors were and lived near these civilizations. I noticed within myself that I was near a river. And some of us know that we've been having visions of, you've probably been hearing chants. You've probably been hearing your ancestors calling. You've heard signs of things you see in the animal kingdom as well. Yes, the hawks, the birds, the beetles, all of the signs are there. And these are your ancestors. The butterflies, the ladybugs, the wind that brushes through. And these are the ancestors that, when we actually look on the TV, they portray them as a different color. But truthfully, if you Google the native or indigenous people, or aborigines, or Fiji, Niji people, and these tribes, you will see that these people were darker than me. Some of them were copper color, where if you put a penny, this is the meaning of copper color. They could not tell the difference between people that were copper color and what they call African or whatever. But this is the meaning. Let me give me a little moment. Because this is the beauty of all of this. This is copper color. You see that? This is what they meant. And notice, who is the only president that is on the penny, that is on a copper penny? You see that? Copper colored people. But they don't want to let you know, well, it doesn't matter. Now it's just, all is being revealed. It was said to believe, and I don't know if you know this, that Abraham Lincoln is one of the only presidents that actually is facing the opposite direction of all the other presidents. He is what you would call Melungian. And I feel like that is something connected to something very powerful, ancestral lineage, Melungian. And you could possibly Google that. And if you notice his features were very dark. He had strong, powerful features, tall, like that of a chief. Our ancestors are calling. They are calling out to us. Yes, they are calling. And that's the beauty of it. It no longer can be ignored. And Spirit wants me to let you know you are in these places for a reason. Because you are there to actually protect the land that which is about to be received. Yes, Ashe. And so it is. Yes, you are on land that your ancestors are going to gift and return to you. Some things are going to be returned to us because that's just what is supposed to happen. All shall return to the children of the Son, the children of the Most High, the children of Ra. And so our ancient ancestors are calling out, our ancient grandmothers, our ancient fathers that loved this land, that protected this land. And that what it was really about. For most of you that, may not have knowledge of this, our ancestors, the land that they were in, the reason why so much happened the way it is because they actually protected the land. They honored and respected the land. They respected the animals. They respected, most importantly, the water, because we need water for everything. We need water to grow. We need water. Water nurtures and grows and heals everything. Water is sacred. And for the most part, that's what we protect. That's why this fight or this spiritual warfare is that of the water. Our ancestors knew that staying near the water, they can nourish themselves, they can bathe. All animals need water. Everything needs water to survive. So they were near these places. Our ancestors, they weren't focused on the greed of trying to be greedy about like how much land or certain things such as gold. Gold was already a mineral that was in the land. It was naturally there. They call it a Yellowstone, or just, they called it things that they knew it was there, so it came from Mother Earth, the divine feminine, and we honored that. And so it wasn't more focused on how much we can get when naturally it came from nature, everything. And so we honor the animal kingdom. We honor the spirits. We honor those that passed over. And that's the connection between what you have with some may know as witches and shamans. And they honor the land. These herbs and things that they got from the land, they survived from the land. All the herbs, everything they needed came from the land. And so you see a lot of us are reconnecting with that spiritual aspect of those teachings and honoring that. If you notice, people have just taken advantage of that. Man has taken advantage of that through greed, taking and stripping the land from its natural essence, building upon certain things. And I've noticed that even where I'm at in Columbus, Ohio, and it's so funny how the name Columbus, and then it's just so much is being revealed. If you're ever out in Columbus, I would suggest going to Old Man's Cave. And let me tell you, you're going to be very surprised. Well, it's not even a surprise anymore. There's so much that's connected that's going to be revealed, and it's really going to drive people up a wall because so much has been hidden from people. I know people that have found arrowheads everywhere, and then they, throw them in a museum and say, "Oh, this is this." No, some of these things are older than even some of these buildings that have been built. There are stones and rocks that are still in place that cannot be removed. There are mounds that when you're walking on these trails, there are mounds that are still there. There are mounds in areas where they covered and gated, and these are burial sites. And so as we ground ourselves, when we walk on this land, feet to ground, we're not only healing ourselves, but we are actually connecting with our ancestors, when we go by these waters and all these things, the same places they walk. That's why this is so powerful. This is why this is so beautiful. Because once we have knowledge of ourselves and return to the essence of who we truly are, and learn about generations that we come from, we walk in that divinity. We walk in that power. We no longer sit back and be like, oh, let me just keep accepting this illusion and believing this lie. No, our ancestors are calling. And you know it. They're in your visions, they're in your dreams, they're in everything that you do. Because it cannot be hidden. The truth has to be out there. It has to be. The truth has never been hidden. It's just people have been blind to the truth. And the blind has been leading the blind. They want people to believe that all people were shipped in here, but no, it's not even possible for so many people to be shipped in a place that's so huge. But I'm here to tell you, look, some of you are at these places where your ancestors are connecting to you and you're going through something. Let me say that. You're going through, how could I say this, Spirit? It's like, I self-reflected on this. I had to realize that I'm experiencing what I would call like a past life regression, or some type of past life where I've experienced this before, it seems. And it may sound crazy to some, but oh well, no one knows your past better than you. But I just realized the animals and so many things I'm connecting with, and it's just bringing so much more awareness. And so these things that we're going through, we're realizing that through these moments where it may seem so chaotic, it's Spirit bringing awareness to our journey and why it is that we have to go through these. It seems as if they're dark moments, but really you're awakening and rising. Ancestors are rising up within you. They're rising up within you, and you're getting this power to move forward, this fire, this fearlessness, as they did. Our ancestors, they stood on, like the chief knew that. They knew that protecting the mother and the kids was sacred. They will lay down their lives for that. If you notice that how they will speak on that. My ancestors say, like, you don't harm or hurt people. You don't need to do that. But you have every right, it's your divine right to defend what's yours, meaning your life. Just as an animal would, or anything. But notice how our ancestors and people have been slaughtered. This is a blood moon. When I say that things are about to come upon this place, it's like our ancestors in the spirit realm are about to wipe the slate clean. And they already are doing it. For those that have tried to come against those that have a mission here to bring forth divine balance, and for the matriarchal to heal, and for also the patriarchal, the men and the women. And for those that are trying to intervene, our ancestors in the spirit realm, this is a spiritual warfare. They are wiping things. They wiping the slate clean. The fight is not ours. Our ancient grandmothers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, they are in the spirit realm standing with us. And let me tell you, this is a celebration right now, beneath the full moon. They showing us signs, because we are here to reclaim and inherit and receive what is our divine birthright. Because they have experienced certain things that, a lot of these souls they didn't leave, in a beautiful way. They didn't leave in peace. They left as kids. They left. Some of these souls were slaughtered in front of their people. The Trail of Tears. Look it up, the Trail of Tears. Where they were given smallpox in their blankets. They were given these things and certain things happened and they were forced to walk. I don't know what it is lately. Like I realize how gratitude. Like I realize how athletic and active and so naturally active and fit our ancestors were. When they would describe, if you research it, they would describe the red man or the Seminoles or certain ancestors in certain places. They described them as very fit, slender, and they could move like they could run on land like it was nothing. And y'all see what's going on in the world, how they are now. You see it. It's the tables have turned. It's falling apart because the focus has been entertainment, like entertaining our gifts or natural abilities, like going from the land, honoring the land, to running on the track or running on the basketball court. Let's just be honest. Yes. Then now these structures and all these things are falling apart because they're built on cemeteries and burial sites. Go to some of these places like Oklahoma, Mexico, Texas, all these places that these were never the names. This place, Old Man's Cave in outside of Columbus, and there are caves where people still live in. There are places where these stones are still here. There is a sphinx, yes, a sphinx in Old Man's Cave. Yeah, not just the one you say, oh, it's not Egypt. Y'all gonna be very surprised soon. It's not even gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be like, oh, aha. There are mountains that goes all the way from Mississippi all the way up to Chicago. Research it. There are places here. And I'm letting you guys know, like, yo, it's a beautiful celebratory moment. Celebrate. Go celebrate with your ancestors. Go, if you got to fast, if you're going to eat, if you're going to create something, they are here. Let me tell you, they are here. It's funny how it's a police that just rolled by. They don't call it a chief of police for nothing. And I'm just going to be honest. All these things that people have done to the chosen one, the children of the sun, it's going to return to them. It's going to return. The curse now is on the so-called government in Americas, because they know that all this stuff that they kept hiding from people, their inheritance, their land, their estates, everything shall be returned. Everything shall be returned. Everything shall be returned. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. That's why we are supposed to be celebrating those that are aware in the spirit. Some of us would be removed from places because it's going to get so chaotic and crazy because people are too focused on external things, the greed, and it was never like that. The ancients never spoke about that. They were always about sharing, caring, and love, compassion, and living in harmony with the animals and living in harmony with Mother Nature. Mother Nature is about to, Mother Gaia, or the ancient grandmother, or some may call it Turtle Island, or so many things that you see, or Atlantis, or all these things. Mother is about to fight back. The water is about to rise. Certain things are about to happen. A new is about to begin, a new world. It has to be this way because it just has to be. Things are going to happen as it's supposed to. But you see that people are just out here just going with no awareness, with no sense of awareness. But it's the natural cycle of life. Some will rebel. Some will, just surrender to it. But I love you. I just want to share that with you. Where you are, just know I remind myself I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. There is no rush on greatness because I am greatness. There is no rush. And as I sit here, I get more clarity on why I'm here and what the ancestors are showing me why I'm here. And I even noticed, like, in certain places like libraries, you have to pay very close attention where they put courthouses and libraries. I saw a news, what do you call it, like a news thing, like channel, whatever it is. Y'all better pay attention, man. Channel, like channeling. Come on now. But anywho, that's a whole nother level for some folk. But anywho, like Channel 3 News Channel, whatever it is, and they build these places, own certain places, so people don't see. Like, there are mounds, there are places where if you go, like, there's rivers and you can see stones or certain stuff that are by certain places. At a point in time, a lot of this stuff was either underwater, or when the water recedes, you're going to start seeing freaking burial sites and stuff that's going to rise up. If the ground shakes or whatever, things are going to come up that people are like, what? Because you have to, I share people this all the time. I share people like, look, love, look. Beneath if you dig up anything, beneath something, like if you dig up something, up under that, there's going to be some type of whatever it is. Then you keep going deeper, there's going to be something else. Then it's only been built on top of, other civilizations. I mean, come on now. Look how old if you travel through certain places, you will see the layers of Earth. Now, how are people going to tell you how old something is, or, come on, man. That's the power of spirit. You got to know that, your ancestors are much more powerful spiritually, magically, than what has been portrayed to you. But I love you. Peace, blessing, shalom, prosperity, clarity, dark light, awareness. Keep shining, keep creating. When moments you don't have, keep creating. Go walk.